Today, Elliot has technical difficulties. Elliot, are you going to use that lamp to actually light yourself up or just batter yourself to death with? Callum tells the story of how he himself.
You know, when that happened to me when I was in year 11...
And I regret all of my life choices.
Oh God, I'm actually in tears.
Hey there guys, I'm Will and welcome to Track Limits, a new comedy show which tries to run that fine line between being funny and not being cancelled. Now I'm delighted today to be joined by two of the funniest men on F1 YouTube. I say funny as long as we discount Josh Revel, JWF1, Dylan James, F-Series, Rat Sim Dane. Anyway, it's Callum from F1 Diary TV and Elliot from Elliot F1. Guys, how you doing?
Hello. I'm good, thanks. You?
We're very good, Will. How are you on this fine evening?
I mean, it's taken us 6 months to get this sorted, and we've this is actually episode 2, but episode 1 was stopped when Callum your cupboard decided to try and kill you, which was fun, wasn't it?
A truly apocalyptic moment that occurred and resulted in many months and many moons of delays and damages. But we are back and we are here and we're ready to talk about some Formula 1 stuff, aren't we, Will?
We are, and I want to start off today by talking about Carlos Sainz, okay? Because I don't know whether you've seen this article, Autosport.
Sorry, Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Who's Carlos Sainz? I've never seen him before. He's never on TV.
He's this Ferrari driver, you know, the new signing that they picked up last year.
Oh, that one. Carlos Sainz.
But yeah, Carlos Sainz, he was out testing for Ferrari with these new Pirelli tyres, and he may have had a bit of a crash. He might have crashed. Good.
No.
I know. You see, it's the way he's responded to it, which I find utterly brilliant, because I've got it my second monitor here. So he said, obviously Pirelli testing is completely private, so honestly answering questions that are coming from somewhere else is a bit difficult for me, but if something happens that I'm not going to tell you, it was very minor.
Okay.
He had a bit of a whoopsie.
I don't know about you, but that to me sounds like he said a bit of an accident, but he just doesn't want to tell anybody. And I want to start with Carlos Sainz actually, because he's in a difficult position in Ferrari. We've got to be honest here. He's got Mick Schumacher waiting in the wings, who will eventually step up to that Ferrari seat, and he's got Charles Leclerc, who's on a contract till the end of time. So
2093, something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Now, the problem with Carlos is no matter how good he is, I just worry that he's going to be that prancing horse that will eventually get turned into glue and just going to thrown out the door. And you've got to feel for him because he's got that talent.
So he's the Spanish Eddie Irvine?
Yeah, he's the Spanish Eddie Irvine. Yeah, that's exactly it. But what were your thoughts on Carlos?
It's very difficult with Carlos Sainz, I think. It's very, very difficult with Carlos Sainz because, of course, like you say, he's in a very difficult position because obviously these new tyres are around and he doesn't want to obviously talk ill of them, if you know what I mean. He doesn't want these tyres to cast doubt in drivers or teams' minds on them. And so if he did have a big spinala, which, let's be honest, it's Ferrari, they probably did, it's kind of like when you were a small child in school and you pooed your pants, but you didn't want to tell anyone. You know, when that happened to me when I was in year 11, it was...
Sorry, do you want to repeat that again? Did I get that right? Or did you say you yourself in year 11?
I said what I said. No, I'm joking.
I mean, you've let that out on the internet, mate. That's on you. That's on you.
Fantastic. Wow. I should just point out for those of you that was a joke. It may or may not have happened, but if it did, then of course I'm not going to tell you. Elliot, what do you think of Carlos Sainz and his?
Well, for one, my ring light has died.
Wow.
So, I'm very well lit up right now. So
brilliant. I mean, it's an improvement, mate. I'll give you that.
The light has faded from Elliot's life like a Red Bull Championship challenge.
It has. 1 minute. I will be 1 moment. I'm going to try and amend this.
This is really how we start Track Limits. Elliot getting a fucking lamp.
This needs to go in, Will.
Elliot, are you going to use that lamp to actually light yourself up or just batter yourself to death with?
Because to be honest, ether's probably just as helpful at this point.
Oh my god, we have light again.
Right. How's that?
All right, Elliot, Carlos Sainz. Now you've got a light again. Off you go.
So, obviously, coming in very strong for the season. And also, you have to think the tyres aren't being developed for this car, or this spec of cars. But it's Carlos, his dad's a rally driver. You expect him to be able to control the car a bit. Like, I get he's in a Ferrari.
He's used to the back end stepping loose.
Yeah, he's got the Sainz DNA. Like, if you had an accident, you don't want everyone knowing, especially if you're testing. But just go out there and just be like, just own it, Just be like, yeah, it, I spun. So what? Like, deal with it. Like, I'm driving a Ferrari. What do you expect me to do?
Exactly. I mean, Ferrari's got so much drag on it. He's probably done it a favour. He's probably improved the car by bending it in the wall.
He's actually made it more streamlined by getting rid of the parachute that's attached to the back of it. It's actually a big... What if this was actually a big brain move from Carlos to somehow develop the car in a secret way, whilst also,
I mean, yeah, because you can't... Hang on. No, you're right. Because you can't obviously edit the cars too much this year. You can't upgrade them. So instead, they've got to remove that downforce somehow. They've just got Carlos to bend it in the wall and take it all off. There you go. There you go.
Exactly. They took the approach that Sebastian Vettel took in Styria last year of active aerodynamic adjustment. And I think that is very innovative for Ferrari, so well done.
And also, he's probably gone through a gravel trap, and we know you're not allowed any cuts in the floor or anything past a certain point. Just flicking the gravel up, making a few holes, get a bit of extra downforce generation.
Okay, gentlemen, I went on the internet this week, and I found, I found this.
That just looked like me this morning, in all fairness.
That's very true. I also found this article here. Now, obviously, we know this year that Renault are changing their name to Alpine, which, for the sake of brevity, I'll be referring to as Peen for the rest of this video. And obviously, they have got their car launch. It's all very exciting. They're having a new livery. They've obviously got a two-time world champion by the name of...
Eyebrows?
Oh, yes. There's another Spaniard as well that there's joining. Apparently, he's quite good, yeah. Apparently, he's been on a world tour for the past couple of years doing various bits of driving, and it's been pretty successful.
Was it a world tour of the tarmac outside a little car park?
Yes, it was, William, it was.
There we go.
Was he scraping his face along it?
Well, it's funny you should say that, Elliot, because Alpine have announced that Alonso will not be present for the Alpine F1 launch. Now, obviously, I'm sure most of the F1 fans watching this will be aware that Fernando Alonso had a pretty nasty cycling accident outside of a little car park just a couple of weeks ago. Now, thankfully, he's okay. He's on the mend. We're all glad to see that, and glad to see that he's going to be competing in the season, fingers crossed. However, he won't be present for the car launch, according to Alpine. This is what they said. They said, "We regret to confirm that Fernando Alonso will not be present for the media Q&A on this occasion," the team stated. "The sanitary situation and corresponding regulations in place do not allow him to do any communications and marketing activities while he undertakes his critical season preparation." And that kind of got me puzzled, because that means either one of two things. Now, it could be, or one of three things actually, it could be, number one, okay, obviously his injuries are still a little bit off, and he obviously can't do the things.
What, talking?
Yeah, exactly. However, there was a post on Fernando's Instagram the other day of him training, and he looks relatively right as rain. He looks like he's doing,
fortunately,
normal things. Wow. Okay. I think the size of his chin took the impact. It's like an airbag.
Or his eyebrow.
Yes.
Poor Alonso, he's just in a cycling accident, I'm not going to lie. Just give him some slack. Come on.
That's what you get for riding a bike.
Yes, use the roads properly, Fernando. Otherwise, this is what happens to you. So that's the first situation, and obviously that may or may not happen. Of course, it might be that it might be that, might not be. The other situation could be that he just can't be bothered.
You know what? I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong, because Alpine, right? Obviously, they had that very weird launch where they gave us a car which wasn't this year's car, and a livery which isn't their actual livery. So I'm not too sure. But we know vaguely what that main livery is going to look like. And I'll be honest, if that livery is true, I mean, the face I'll be making will be in that Daniel Ricciardo picture that you posted there. So maybe, Fernando's just trying to avoid that embarrassment because that Alpine it's going to look good.
Are you saying, William, are you saying that he's going to jizz in his pants?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
In fact, Elliot, what do you think about this whole Fernando Alonso situation? It's kind of...
Obviously, we know Fernando likes a moan, so it's probably good for... What's the new guy's name? Davide...
Brito.
Valsecchi?
No, not
that's not
Valsecchi is in control of that Alpine team. Bloody hell! But no, is it Brito or something? He's the
Brevard, something like that. I don't know. He's from MotoGP. Who really cares?
Breakfast
Nobody cares.
burrito.
Burrito. Yeah.
It's probably
Burrito's in charge of Alpine.
It's probably good that he doesn't have to hear Fernando Alonso's moaning.
Do you know what, Elliot? You might be onto something there. What if Alpine have done this on purpose? What if Fernando's really unhappy with the car already, and they don't just want him to having a tirade of negativity at the media, and so they've kept him off on purpose? Maybe they've just, locked him in the broom cupboard at Enstone and just sort of keeping him there.
Do you think Burrito was in the car that took out his bike?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I'm pretty confident it was Esteban Ocon trying to get a advantage ahead of the year. But he needs all the help he can get, so...
Could be either. Maybe there's a conspiracy going on. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
And Fernando, if you're watching this, you're probably not.
What do you mean? Hey, FP1's popular enough, yeah. No, well, now what?
I just hope that after his surgery, he's gonna have to talk less on the radio. Really.
Oh, no.
What if they end up gagging him before the race? Like, Fernando, you need to, obviously, how are the tyres feeling? You just hear back over the radio.
Be like that time Mark Webber threw up in his helmet.
Oh, God. Or you thought he was going to become like the Stig.
He's just going to be on mute. Yeah, okay.
Write an expose and then flee.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And that is the tumultuous tale of Fernando Alonso. Totally Serious Guy coming soon by the guys, so stay tuned.
I'll get a flipping plug in. Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you? Go on, plug away.
Go follow my TikTok while you're at it.
Right, no. That's getting cut. You're not talking TikTok on this channel, man. Nah, TikTok. If you own a TikTok account, you should be lined up and shot. I'm sorry. Bane of the f***ing earth, man. Nah.
Here's a good question for you while we're on that subject, actually. Do Ferrari have a TikTok account?
I tell you what, given their little push recently on social media, maybe.
I could just make Scuderia Ferrari F1 team TikTok and make it the official one.
That's a great idea, Elliot.
There you go. Track limits pretend to impersonate F1 teams. That sounds legal. Let's go for it.
Every single one of them is set to "You spin me right round, baby, right round."
Well, I found the guy whose TikTok is official Church of Scientology, and he's just not. And he just says he's the Church of Scientology.
There you go then. Right, if you see a Ferrari TikTok, it's us.
Amazing.
Although it's only me because you two don't know how to work it, so...
That's true. I won't be on TikTok because it's a shit app.
I just thought, well, didn't want to be too controversial, so I thought we'd talk about Gene Haas.
Oh, yes. Great start. Fantastic start.
I don't want to be controversial. Let's talk about the guy that employs Nikita Mazepin. Yes, brilliant. Okay, good one, Elliot. Good one.
Well, I'm just thinking at the minute, Haas not looking too strong. They can't even turn their engine on because Ferrari are really saying no. We are not sending people to stinky, not EU England to give you engine warmth. So have to wait until Bahrain. Mick's only just had his seat fit. 2-3 weeks out from winter testing?
Yes.
Knick Knack Frying Pan Egg Boy is like being called Maz apparently. Absolute mad lad Maz. Jeez,
Mad lad Maz.
Mad lad Maz. That's right. From now on, he'll be known as Mad lad Maz.
Mad lad Maz.
Yes.
And also, Gene is going around accusing Mercedes of killing F1 when he No.
Hang on a minute.
There was a joke there which I did not want to hear. I did not want to hear. No.
And also, when he can't design an F1 car.
That's very true.
I think it is just Gene Haas. Their design team is just Gene Haas, just sat with his crayons.
Well, that explains the 2019 car.
Like, maybe this bit's the tyre. What is the tyre again? I don't think Haas know what tyres are, I'll be honest.
No.
And then also, I found a lovely article, and as we may have heard, Gene was going to sponsor Grosjean's IndyCar ventures this year. And then when he almost combusted in one of his cars, he has been on record as saying he should just stay home. protect the NHS and save lives.
Right, so what we've established here is that Gene Haas is actually Boris Johnson in disguise.
That's it.
Boris Johnson, do you know what? That explains so much about Haas Formula One team and their dodgy business and hiring practices.
It really does, doesn't it?
That explains so much.
But no, I just think that Haas are absolutely a shit show this season.
Oh, they will be, 100%. That car is driven by the son of a 7-time world champion and Mazepin. You know, I was thinking, can I make a joke? Nah, we've been dodgy, we've been edgy enough. But like I don't know, I just can't see it working. Their car was shocking enough last year, and they can't improve it, so it's going to be shocking yet again.
And they said that the car they take to Bahrain is the car they pretty much run for the season.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Do you know what I find? I find it really hilarious that they cannot fire their engine up until testing. Like, can you imagine? And bearing in mind this is Haas, this is a possibility. Can you imagine if they turn up and they install it backwards by mistake, and Mick just goes to engage first gear and then just reverses into the back wall of the garage?
I don't quite think that's how engines work, I'll be honest, mate. That's
true.
Not how engines work. You can't just turn it around and say, oh yeah, no. Callum showing off you're incredible.
Well, what would happen then?
Well, it just wouldn't work, would it? Because the engine's the wrong way around.
I'm sure.
It wouldn't go into reverse. That's not how it's engines don't even decide that bit of the car.
That's the gearbox.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they'll install the gearbox backwards then. I don't know. They'll have the big f***ing drive shaft wobbling off the back.
For God's sake.
I'm not a car mechanic.
Really? I couldn't tell. Honestly, nah. I tell you what, your knowledge of cars, mate, is making me look like that Daniel Ricciardo picture. We'll bring it up again. It's that incredible.
All right, test me then.
Okay, right. What does a turbo do?
It sucks.
No, that's.
Oh God!
I can't include that. I can't. Kenny's gone.
You'd liken to a turbo because it really is just suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Rinse and repeat.
Oh, no. I'm crying. Oh, I can't. I'm actually in tears. My own joke. How sad is that? Oh, I can't even include it in the video because it is just so bad.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what, lads. I think I'm going to end it there because I can't. I don't know where that joke came from. Guys, thank you so much for joining Track Limits. I'm actually in tears. Oh, my eyes at the moment. You can tell. Guys, if you have enjoyed, make sure you click that subscribe button and subscribe, obviously, to Elliot and Callum as well.
Please don't cancel us. Please don't cancel us.
Yeah, don't cancel us, please. I'm hopefully editing this in the way to get rid of most of that stuff.
Should we maybe get them to send in suggestions?
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Yes, do. Please do, yeah. Send in suggestions of what you want us to talk about on the show, and we'll try not to get cancelled over talking about it. So, yeah, be as fun as you want. Make sure to subscribe to these guys as well. Their channels will be down in the description below. But that brings to the end of episode 1 of Track Limits. We will see you again soon for episode 2. But until then, take care.